Hi, this is Dana, and welcome on my channel. Here I speak about spiritual warfare, and in today's video, God guided me to talk about sacred union. This is a topic very dear to God, also because it's a process. Essentially, it's a process of transmutation um, uh, with huge impact over the entire earth. It transmutes darkness. It literally creates a process of resurrection. It is that powerful when it is done right. And let's get into it. Um, Practically, one thing which everybody has to understand: sacred union is the union between two partners, right? But it really is the union which brings into oneness two individuals. So each individual has to achieve get reaching into its own oneness in order to be able to come together with his or her partner um, into oneness as two partners. And if this is done properly, this is a sacred union. Yes. um, the sacred union power is determined by the power of the soul level. So each individual, you look at each individual's soul power, and they by them coming together into sacred union, um, the power of transmutation of that sacred union, it is determined by the level of power which the two individuals hold, right? Now, on individual level, the soul power is determined by how much self-healing you have done, how much spiritual fighting and bondage breaking you have done. Because at the end of the day, I kept saying, bondage breaking and spiritual fighting is the deepest type of healing that you do. Because through spiritual warfare and bondage breaking, you transmute darkness, right? So that is also a way of healing in itself, additional to the way of healing by energy and so on. Um, Essentially, the sacred union is a technique, if you want to take it this way. It is very much a mystic prayer um, pursued by by the two individuals during while they unite, right? So please go back to my video about the mystic prayer and envisage that being done by two individuals who unite, right? So the two individuals unite in sacred union as in a mystic prayer, becoming oneness and going to meet God together. It is literally meeting God together as a couple, right? So again, please watch the video on mystic prayer, because there I explain in detail how that should be done. So anyone can do a sacred union. You must understand this. And this is a very deep healing process, right? It has to be done through love, not lust. So as long as you have sexual addictions and stuff like this is not the perfect sacred union. You can still do the union, but you'll know yourself if you reached the level of sacred union by how things go. I'm talking about how things should go in a perfect sacred union, right? Each individual come into oneness, as I said, by him or herself, and then they come into oneness together. It has to be done with purity of intentions. You don't unite by lust or by desire of possession, or by desire to steal the rights of the other, or by desire to make claims so you can use that to steal rights from the other individual. So it has to be by purity of intention related to that particular union, but also in general to your relation with the other individual. So you will not do sacred union if you come with ill intentions, right? It is a soul level, as I said, union, and much about who you are in general um, has to be pure. It's not just about that union. So you cannot choose to stay around in darkness. You cannot choose to refuse to fight spiritual fights, and still want to do a sacred union. You can choose, but it's not going to happen. It's just like that. It doesn't matter who you are. It really doesn't matter who you are, because many people think that sacred union can be done only by twin flames or certain individuals. um, it doesn't matter if you labels really don't weight that much as people think. It doesn't matter if you're supposed to be in a sacred union, even if you come together with your twin flame. If you have bad intentions and if you refuse to fight and have addictions and so on, you're not going to achieve the sacred union. You're not. And of course, you can't achieve the sacred union if you lost your soul. Okay, so for example, those individuals who sold their soul to darkness, and then they seek to find a partner to do sacred union, you can't. You simply can't. You cannot go and meet God if you carry on Satan with you. To give just a very basic example, right? See, you cannot do this. It must be a purity of intention, and it must be a purity in your intent to unite with the other, but also in general your relationship with the other, and in general regarding your life and your purpose in life, right? Now, because we got into this twin flame issue, um, indeed, the twin flame couple has a huge effect of transmutation of darkness through their sacred union. This is so because twin flames individuals are all souls doing bondage breaking and healing for ancient couples. So when they do ancestral healing, they carry with themselves the bondages of specific of lineage from ancient times, from couples, from other couples. So then when they do sacred union, they will transmute darkness related to those ancient couples as well. So they will heal bondages related to those couples as well, not only on related to their current existence, right? So that, of course, results in a huge transmutation because that's a very deep-rooted darkness from ancient times on Earth, right? This will result, of course, in this resurrection, which is essentially a tremendous upgrade of energy on Earth. Because they have this higher purpose of transmuting darkness for ancient couples, for many ancient couples, they encounter in this lifetime huge adversity in coming together, because they face on one hand the darkness related to those ancient couples, right? But also um, much adversity in current lifetimes by different groups and individuals who don't want that to happen. Okay, so they want to preclude them from achieving transmutation through sacred union or in any other way, bondage breaking, self-healing, whatever other way. So in their entire spiritual path, the individuals who embody a twin flame soul, they encounter huge adversity, huge darkness attacks, witchcraft, and so on. Yeah, um, and the same is valid for the sacred union. Now, because everybody keeps talking about twin flames so much, and everybody keeps talking about karmics and taking back karmics, couples, and how you choose to be a couple. Now, something that is extremely important, and it seems to be overlooked by everybody who keeps talking about this, is the fact that, which I have said before, God can bring any soul into embodiment in another individual. So say, for example, you're a twin flame individual, and you do harm, you choose darkness, you betray God, and you betray yourself as well, and you do a lot of harm with darkness, right? By your own choice. This also can be debatable. How much was your free will choice, or were you under spell, or whatever? The point is, you choose to fall. You become a fallen angel, right? Um, you lose your soul. This is already, I already clarified this in many videos. You lose your soul, but as you lose your soul, if another individual who was not maybe foreseen to be a twin flame, right? If that individual does the work, the spiritual fighting, the self healing, and so on, God will send that soul to that individual and do an embodiment in that individual, and essentially that individual will take what was meant for you, namely the soul embodiment, and if he behaves accordingly and achieves the purpose of that soul, that individual will receive the rights and the gifts. You really must understand, because these people keep doing witchcraft to steal gifts from someone. God can, in a blink of an eye, take your soul, take your gifts, take your rights. It is mesmerizing to me how people don't understand how much power God has, and how God can change in an instant everything. You people are fooling around with God, but you really don't understand that He can change everything in a second if He decides to. So again, related to this topic, God can give the soul which you lost to another individual to carry on your mission. So this is why I keep saying, that when you choose to be in a couple, you shouldn't be focused so much on the individual. You should have more detachment. You look at that individual. If you think that individual became karmic, let him go. Let him go. God will work with him, but God will still help you achieve your purpose. You will take that soul, which the karmic lost, and will put it in another individual, and God will bring the new individual in your path, and you will still have your twin flame couple and sacred union and whatever else you have to do in your mission here. So it's very flexible, a very volatile process in which God is extremely creative. He adapts all the time, all the time, all the time. And God will never say, I gave twin flame purpose to this couple, X and Z, right? And look, this other individual, which is, I don't know, let's say Y, um, grew spiritually so much more. And still, I will be stubborn and let X and Z fight together as a couple because one of them became karmic. And I will just not give any opportunity to this other individual Y who progressed spiritually so much. No, God will switch. You became karmic, He will take that soul, He will give it to the other person who advanced spiritually, which in this case is individual Y, and he will reunite with the one who's advanced enough in the couple, and the one who became karmic will have to go through redemption, will get a different soul from God if he does redemption right, and so on. So the issue I have with now, as I am now as a person, after I've done so much spiritual fighting consciously, and I gained so much wisdom and divine logic, um, it seems petty to me and childish how much people cling to them making the choices, and they have a partner and they have this obsession that they must make it work, that they must make it right, that they must make a choice. No, I don't have to make a choice. I will cut you off, as simple as this, because you're not achieving the purpose. Again, if you lost the soul, or if you're unwilling to fight, um, you're not going to have soul power. So you're never going to be able to achieve the purpose, the initial purpose for which you embodied here. So yeah, I'm gonna walk my path, and I will cut off, because at the end of the day, I truly believe that couples coming together, it is it is a choice made by God. I swear. Maybe this must seem silly, but it's just I've seen too much of God's work not to understand this. I've seen many couples, I've seen many fallen angels who have been partnering with very evil uh, partners and doing total destruction around them, and God will split them. God will make constantly things come between them until the fallen angel will actually see and will decide by himself to. And sometimes, of course, in the process, I would ask God, why don't you just let them be alone? You know, why don't you just let them be? And God said, no, no. And please believe me, it's been 7 years by now. 7 years since I've been watching this process about two individuals that I'm referring to, and sometimes I would be frustrated. I was like, just let them be, let them be, and God said every time said no, and I must tell you that in the last few months I witnessed, or the last year I witnessed that God succeeded to split apart all couples that He told me years ago that He will not allow them to be together. So He initially put all sorts of obstacles in their way of coming together. I saw the process, I'm telling you. I saw the process. God put obstacles on purpose in their path so they will not come together. They still insisted on coming together, you know. And sometimes I was mesmerized. I was like, why he insists so much? Just let them be. They chose Satan, they chose evil. Work with us. I choose you, work with me. Forget about them. No. God consistently said, no, they will not be together. And sometimes I just couldn't understand this. And I didn't believe that he's going to succeed in splitting them apart. And I must tell you that each and every couple that God said, will not allow them to be together, he only allowed them. He actually said, God said once to me, now I will let them be together only to learn the hard way, the lessons which they should have learned through the signs I have sent to them. And he allowed them to be together for a while. And in the last 12 months, I tell you, he separated all of them, all of those couples. And I'm talking only about the couples which I have seen through my spiritual fighting and work, And God has shown me. He said, look, see, now this one learned the lesson, they will separate. This one learned the lesson, they will separate. This one. So the obsession of individuals that they choose the partner to be with, to me, it's a little bit exaggerated. Because really, of course, God will let you make your choice, free will choice, but this is only to make sure that you learned to choose right. It is not really a definite choice. It's only a test. Every time when you choose a partner with whom you want to come together, it is a test from God to see if you learned your lessons and you refuse those partners who will drag you down into darkness. But truly, God knows exactly with whom He wants you to be. And He will test you and make you take tests until you choose the person who wants you to be with. And He will do quite the same when He wants two individuals to stay separated. Okay? This is His, essentially, it is His concern for individuals and souls from His lineage. And He watches over them. And of course, He doesn't allow for them to choose other races to come together in crossbreeds, which will lead them to losing soul, to losing uh, not being part of the lineage, and or would choose to give the entire succession of the God's lineage into the power of a different race or something like this. So this is why I wrote about, and I said about extraterrestrial forces and the outer cosmos war, because this is very important in everything that we do here. You must understand that at the end of the day, this is part of the choices you make. It is just a matter of how much you evolve spiritually into understanding this or not. Okay? So I somehow digressed from the topic which God gave me, Sacred Union. But I just wanted to say that the twin flame sacred union will happen anyhow, regardless of what you do. God will make sure that those souls who are supposed to do sacred union from a twin flame level of transmutation will happen, ideally in the individuals who came on earth in incarnation for this, or if not, it will just happen through other individuals who evolve enough spiritually to embody that soul. Simple as this. The difference between um, normal couple and twin flame couple is only related to the fact that the soul, the twin flame soul, does transmutation for ancient souls, ancient couples, from Jesus time, from Roman Empire time, from other times, much older, from Horus time, from um, and but essentially every couple should think of sacred union, and every couple should aim to achieve sacred union, because it's a very deep healing process. Again, I sum up: the sacred union is the mystic prayer pursued by a couple in their union. Okay, so it's something very pure. It is the two individuals coming together on soul level and going to God together as a couple. You literally meet God when you do sacred union in which is mystic prayer. Okay, so everyone should aim to do this, even if they're not twin flame, because it does have a deep healing power. And what can I say why you should do this? You meet God, so yeah, of course you should aim to do this. Even if you don't have a twin flame mission here, that you never know how the two of you could evolve as a couple, and maybe you will become a twin flame couple, embodying souls from other individuals who didn't do their work and didn't rise up to the expectations of a twin flame. So I do insist on everyone embracing this, and trying to achieve sacred union, because everyone should aim to seek God, to meet God, in by itself or in a couple. That is the true couple, the couple that goes to God. You know, otherwise, if you can't achieve that, that means you still have work to do. Okay, so I'm gonna sum up because the topic was sacred union, and as I said, sacred union is mystic prayer in two individuals who unite together into mystic prayer, going together to God. Through this, you do huge healing upon yourself as individual, both of you as couple, and everywhere surrounding you in the world. The level of transmutation that you achieve, it depends on the soul that you embody and the past that you embody, which also is a flexible process, because God can always upgrade that. And I am pretty sure if somebody achieves sacred union with God, God will upgrade them, will elevate them in ranking, will give them new purpose, and so on. The twin flames are those who already came from the very beginning with certain embodiments, and they are doing the spiritual warfare and healing and transmutation and sacred union for ancient couples. But again, the process is flexible, and the choices you make will determine if you will achieve the twin flame purpose, or if God will give that purpose to somebody else who has done more work than you. It's that simple. Okay. Okay, so now I think I said everything there is to say about sacred union. I hope it's clear enough. I have a few prophetic writings on my Facebook page. Particularly, I wrote different stages, depending on whatever God told me, different stages in my evolution. I started writing about it in May 2019. That's the first writing I did on sacred union. Um, And then I think there are a couple of more throughout the time when God revealed to me different other um, divine wisdom on this topic. So if you're interested, you can go to that. I will publish my prophetic writings in a book, and I will put the link here on YouTube so you can know where to purchase it. I hope this clarifies for everyone not only the sacred union but also the broader concepts of choosing a partner, of being in a couple, of why and how and for what you're in a couple, and also the role of your choices as well as the role of God, the role that God plays into guiding you to the right choice related to being in a couple. Okay, I'll stop here. Thank you for being on my channel. Thank you for donations. For those who are inclined to support my work, you find the link to my PayPal account in the description box below. And I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.